Evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the Wiley webinar series. My name is Aishwarya Gupta, and I will be your host for today's webinar. We'll be discussing Geography for Prelims 2024 tips to maximize results in today's webinar. Before we start, I would request you all to share your questions or concerns in the chat box at any point during the session. The speaker, Mr. Jayakrishna Sanapa, will address all the questions in the Q&A round at the end. Now, we are honored to have a distinguished speaker who will share insights that are sure to leave a lasting impact on all of us. Please allow me to introduce Jayakrishna Sanapa, an esteemed faculty member specializing in geography at Vision IAS. He completed his master's degree in geography from the University of Madras in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He began his academic journey pursuing a PhD in geography, focusing on articles about land use and land changes in the forest areas. He has professional experience as regional sales manager for the Andhra Pradesh State Marketing Department. Transitioning into the academia, he became a faculty member teaching geography and environmental studies across India. Currently, he is dedicated to training UPSC aspirants at Vision IAS in Delhi for over 15 years. Without further ado, let's welcome Jaya Sir to guide us through today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Acharya. Thanks a lot. Hello, friends. It's happy to see you all virtually. Basically, I am used to see you practically, but right now I am seeing you all virtually. And all you people are preparing well. Hope that all you are preparing well for the exam. Since there is a schedule change in the postponing of the exam, where you have got some more time period, so you focus on your studies, and geography should never be a problem for you. And because this one geography along with the environment is sharing a master, and more questions are coming from geography as well as environment. Nowadays, geography has become very important concept along with the environment. A minimum of 20-25 questions will be there together along with the environment. And so I thought, like, let us share some of the questions. There are so many questions. Because of the time constraint, I'm giving a little and a few questions, not a little, a few questions I want to share, which I feel are the very most probable questions. Similar type of questions can be there in the exam. I would like to share my screen where I could show you some of the important questions that are prepared by me. This is my screen. Hope all you people are able to see the screen. Yeah, this is the screen. Let me.
Yes, sir, we are able to share.
Yeah.
We can see your screen.
Yeah, thank you. 1 second. Yeah. There are a good number of questions where the probability is there for the UPSC to pick up these questions. And basically, I want to give you the core part of the geography along with some of the current related aspects, which are with respect to both geography as well as the environment topic. If at all you are seeing the first question, which is completely related to the core part of geography, this type of questions are frequently asked in the recent past. And so this is going to be a very important question where it is completely with respect to what is called as the core part. If I show this one, just let me mute, let me close my video. Yeah. Now, if at all I am showing this one, see the question. The first and foremost question, the question goes something like, yeah, good. Okay, consider the following statements regarding the consider the following statements regarding the global distribution of the rainfall. It is with respect to the global winds. What is there here? The westerly winds means what? There are two. The question is talking about the two important winds. One is the tropical trade winds. Other one is the westerly winds. If at all you are seeing the slide, this is the one where you can see the westerlies. These are the westerlies and these are the trade winds. See the question. What type of question is asked? In the westerly wind region, the rainfall decreases from east to west in the interior of the continent. Whereas the second statement goes like, in the tropical easterly wind region, the rainfall decreases from east to west over the continent. When you see the tropical trade winds, they are blowing from eastern part towards the western part. Therefore, wherever the land mass is there, suppose if this is the continent, when the winds are onshore, you can find more number of the areas covered by the easterly winds. Also, you can find huge quantity of the rainfall here. But whereas as the winds move out of the land, you can find less rainfall. Therefore, the second statement, the tropical easterly winds, rainfall decreases from east to west. This is the right statement. Whereas the other statement like the westerlies, if at all you are seeing the westerly winds, rainfall decreases from east to west. When they are blowing from west to east like this in this direction, the rainfall will be increasing from east to west. Therefore, the statement first is wrong. The only second statement is right. This is the core part of the geography where it is talking about the wind system. Then the second question, which is with respect to the environmental related part, why this question is so important. This is with respect to the recent census released by the government of India. After going for almost more than 6 years of census, recently the global snow leopard population was being given by the government of India under the organization called as Ecosystem Global Snow Leopard and Ecosystem Protection Program. India is one of the member country in this one. In fact, there are only 12 such countries all over the world where you can find the snow leopard. Snow leopard is a very unique species that is not found throughout the world. It is found only on the top of the mountainous peaks which are having the snow-capped areas. If at all you are seeing the 12 countries, it starts from the Himalayan regions like Bhutan, then Nepal, along with the India, Pakistan, then the Central Asiatic countries like Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Apart from this one, the countries like Mongolia, Russia, and China. Only in these 12 countries you can find the snow leopard population. The high-level intergovernmental alliance of 12 countries, yes, the statement is perfectly right. Then GSLEP is an outcome of Bishkek Declaration that happened in the year 2013. Yes, in fact, this entire GSLEP is the product because of the Bishkek Declaration. This Bishkek Declaration has created a working group called as the Snow Leopard Protection Program. And because of that working group, where the governments of the respective world countries, like the 12 countries, they have formed a cartel and started going for census. The census that are being collected all over the world. And finally, these census are being released in the recent past. Since India is a member country, and India also released the same throughout the number of snow leopards that are present throughout India, they have shared the census with the other countries. Finally, they have given the results saying that in India there are so many snow leopards are there. Almost 713 snow leopards have been discovered. And the last statement, India has recently joined this alliance in the year 2023. This is the trap. Whenever you are seeing the year 2023, you feel like, it may be the current aspect. And so you blindly, if at all you are not knowing this concept, then you will be going for accepting this as a true statement. But this is a trap. India is a member country way back in the year 2013 itself. So this is not the right statement. The two statements, the first and the second statement, are perfectly true. What my point here is, you need to concentrate on this particular program, Global Snow Leopard and the Ecosystem Protection Program. This program is very, very important. Try to learn about more about this particular program. If at all you are seeing this one, then you'll be having some good information with respect to the geography and environment, right? Then see, this is the global leopard. This is a snow leopard. Could you see that patches that are present on the body of the snow leopard? In fact, these patches are quite just like, they are appearing just like our biometric. Each and every snow leopard have got different patches. This also can be a question. Also, there can be probabilities there for the other question, like what is the difference between the normal leopard and the snow leopard? Again, these patches, could you see these round patched structures that are there? These are the unique patches that are present in each and every snow leopard. This is a very important concept. Also, if at all you are going a little bit ahead, there is a concept in the environment called as Allen's rule. What this Allen's rule says, whenever the surface area of the species is less, then you can find the conservation of the heat. If the surface area of the species is more, meaning what? The heat lost from the body is quick. But here, could you see the limbs? The limbs of the snow leopard are very short in nature. Even the snout is very short when compared to the leopards that are present in the tropical areas. If at all you are comparing the leopards in the tropical areas, the leopards of tropical areas are having the longer limbs. Longer limbs means what? More surface area. Why they are having the longer limbs and longer snout? Because in order to lose the heat quickly. This is a very important logic between the tropical leopards and the snow leopards. If at all you are identifying this difference, then you are well within the preparation. Then coming to the third very important question. In which of the following rivers the Gangetic dolphins can be found? The moment once we listen Gangetic dolphins, in fact, that is a pride of our India. In India, we are having such a good number of dolphins. Along with the Irrawaddy dolphins, these are the two very popular dolphins that are present in the Indian biodiversity. When you talk about the Gangetic dolphin, we feel like the Gangetic dolphins are confined only in the Ganga river. And so the question goes something like this one. Where do you find these Gangetic dolphins? Like, are they in Brahmaputra? Are they in the river called as Karnafuli River? Very important river, again current related. Even you need to go through these options also. Let us check the current related aspects that are present in the options. Then you'll get some more inputs with respect to the questions. Then Meghna River, Chambal River. Are the Gangetic dolphins are found in all these rivers? The answer is yes, they are found in all the rivers. Not only the river like Ganga, also you can find the river like Brahmaputra, Karnafuli River, Meghna River, and the Chambal River. These are the all rivers where you can find the Gangetic dolphin. This is what the Gangetic dolphin. There is more than 97% of the DNA similarity with these Gangetic dolphins and the humans. This is what the recent study says. And so these Gangetic dolphins are very important species, just like humans, how they are having the social lifestyle, social network on the same lines. Even the Gangetic dolphins are also having such type of similarity. This is also one more very important noteworthy point to be mentioned. This is about the Gangetic dolphin. Then moving to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the global pressure belts. Again, we are coming to the core part of the geography. All we people know that there are 7 pressure belts. One is the equatorial low pressure, 2 subtropical high pressures in the 30 degrees latitudes in both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and 2 subpolar low pressure belts again in the 2 hemispheres, northern and the southern. Also, finally, you can find in the polar region, polar highs, in one in the northern and the other one in the southern. But the point here is, in our geography textbook or in our any material, always we'll be finding that there is a continuity or a continuum is there right from one part of the globe towards the other part of the globe. But the point is the pressure belts, like high pressure belts, especially subtropical high pressure and the subpolar low pressure belt, these pressure belts are not continuous. Could you see this one? Could you see the the point, like, there is a isobar which is showing a round circle here like this one. This is in fact the pressure belt. This is what we feel like, completely it is a pressure belt, but it is not a complete pressure belt. It is broken in between. See, this is one high pressure cell. It is another high pressure cell. It is another high pressure cell. It is not a continuous belt. Though the name is given like it is a pressure belt, but it is not continuous, especially in the high pressure region and the subpolar low pressure area. Normally in the diagram, what we'll be giving, that this is a continuity belt. It's called as subtropical high pressure belt. It is a subpolar low pressure belt, but practically they are not continuous. They are broken here and there like this one. And so the question, consider the following statements regarding the global pressure belts on the surface of the earth. Subtropical high pressure is a continuous belt throughout the year in the northern hemisphere over both continents and the oceans. The answer is, this statement is wrong. Subpolar low pressure belt is a continuous belt throughout the year, again, both on the continents and the oceans. Again, it is not. Therefore, the answer is neither one nor two. Though they are called as belts, but that is practically it is not a belt throughout the year. There is no continuity. This is the point you need to remember. Then the fifth question, consider the following statements with respect to the Western Ghats. Western Ghats are considered to be the very important ecological and the biodiversity hotspots of the world countries. In fact, in India, we can find four the ecological or the biological hotspots. Out of this, one of the hotspots is the Western Ghats. This is the Western Ghats. What are the statements given? Western Ghats are spread over 5 states only. It is 16 kilometers long stretch and it is interrupted at the Pal Ghat at around 11 degrees latitude. The mountain chain is recognized as one of the hottest hotspots of the biodiversity. If at all you are seeing the image, this is the one. See, such a beautiful Western Ghats are shown here in the image. And could you see the pink color where you can find continuity? State like Tamil Nadu is there, Kerala is there too, Karnataka is there. Also, the Maharashtra is there. You can find Goa. 5 states are here along with the southernmost part of the Gujarat. Therefore, there are total of 6 states. Normally, the people believe that there are only 5 states which includes the Western Ghats, but there are 6 states. The 6th southern part of the Gujarat is also a part and parcel of the Western Ghats. This needs to be taken into consideration. Therefore, this statement is wrong. This is right. Continuous stretch of 1600 kilometers. Also, it is one of the hottest hotspot. So, the answers 2 and 3 alone are right. The first one is wrong. Keep in mind, there are 6 states where the Western Ghats covers 6 states. On the same lines, the similar type of questions where you need to pay attention on in how many states the Deccan Plateau is located. This is one particular question. In how many states the Bundelkhand Plateau is located, Bundelkhand Plateau. Such type of questions are frequently asked now and then in this, frequently asked in the UPSC. And so the model is given as, yes, pay attention on number of states that are extended into. So this is with respect to the core part of geography again. This is the image. Then comes the Andaman Nicobar. With reference to Andaman Nicobar, consider the following statements. Andaman Nicobar archipelago is the emergent part of the low, long ridge of extension of Arkan ranges. What is the meaning of this one? Now, whenever you are seeing the India map, the Himalayas got extended like this one. These are the Western Himalayas, these are the Eastern Himalayas. But on both sides, they got a bend, which is called as syntaxial bend. These mountains, they're called as Arakan Hills. They're called as the Arkan Yoma Mountains, which are present in the Myanmar. Suppose if I show the land like this one, this is the water body. This is the water, nothing but this is the Bay of Bengal. The Arkan Mountains are present like this one, and they got projected into the Bay of Bengal. where they are submerged in nature, and the peaks of the Arcanyoma mountains are appearing as what is called as islands. These are the islands which are called as Andaman and Nicobar. And so Andaman and Nicobar are the continental islands, nothing but the projection of the mountainous peak above the water body. These are the Andaman Nicobar. That's why whenever you are seeing the image, it appears like, see, this is one island, another island, another island. All they are what? They are the peaks of the mountains. The peaks of which mountains? They are the peaks of Arkan Yoma mountains. Therefore, this statement is perfectly right. They are long ridge that extends from the Arkan range of the western Myanmar. Yes, perfectly right statement. The next one, the Barren and the Narcondam Islands are the volcanic origin belongs to Andaman groups. Yes, you can find the two islands. One is called as the Narcondam, another one is the Barren Island. These are the two volcanic islands. In fact, the plate of India is like this one. On the other side, there is another plate where there is a collision between the oceanic to oceanic plate. Because of the collision between the oceanic plate to oceanic plate, you can find the subduction. Due to the subduction of one plate underneath this one, you can find the volcanic islands along the plate margins. This is the plate margin. This is the plate margin. One of the island is called as Narcondam Island. Another one is called as Barren Island. What is the important part you need to remember? Barren Island is the most active volcano of India. But whereas in many of the textbooks, even many of the atlas, Narcondam is given as extinct volcano, which is absolutely wrong. You be very careful with this one. Many of the atlases, including the Oxford Atlas also, has given like Narcondam Island is an extinct volcano. If at all you are seeing the atlas, they will be showing that it is an extinct. But according to the Geological Survey of India, which is called as GSI, the governmental website, you have to believe completely the governmental websites, not the atlas or something, the private websites are some of the unauthorized websites. Narcondam, according to the Geological Survey of India, is a dormant volcano. Recently, the Geological Survey of India in the year 2017, when there was a eruption that was happening in the Barren Island, Geological Survey of India has given the statement saying that every chance is there for the Narcondam also to get erupted. Since it is a dormant volcano, it is not extinct volcano. Pay attention on this one. This is about the one. Therefore, the answer should be, this is right. Then the last one, Indira Point on the southern coast of the Great Nicobar Island, named after Indira God. In fact, 90% of the statement, Indira Point, which happens to be the southern coast of the Great Nicobar, yes, all the entire statement is right, but it is named not after the Indira God. In fact, it is named after the stubborn Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi. And so the statement 1 and 2 alone are right. The third statement is wrong. Then comes the next question. See, this is very, very important. This question, most probability is there for the question to be there in the exam. What is the current development that happened? In which of the following categories of industries hydrogen hydrate recently seen in news can be used? What this hydrogen hydrate? In fact, till recently, till 2023, the government of India was depending on the imported hydrogen hydrate for all the utility of the hydrogen hydrate, which is widely utilized in almost all many industries. But this was imported. We are not in a position to develop this one, but recently CISIR, along with the IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, along with the CSIR, jointly indigenously developed the hydrogen hydrate, which is widely used in making pesticides. It is widely used in water treatment plants. It is widely used in the pharmaceutical industry. It is widely used in the thermal power plants. Also, it is widely used in the polymer industry. The polymer industry, the polymers, nothing but the plastic related things. In all these industries, this particular product is extensively used. when it is so extensively used under the program called as Make in India, where the government of India, under the leadership of Mr. Prime Minister, what he did, he has asked for the research and the funds are given for this organization. C should be the answer. This is a very, very important question. Hydrogen hydrate, which is the chemical which is highly used in all the industries. Then another very, very important question. What is the other important question, which is again related to both the environment as well as the geography? What is this one? The conjoined silver line, a new species identified in Karnataka. See this conjoined silver line. The name of the species is called as the conjoined silver line. A new species identified in Karnataka. What is this species? This species is the butterfly species. This is the butterfly species. This is the important species where you can show the butterfly also. Let me switch off. Internet problem. Conjoined silver line. This is found in the Western Ghats of Karnataka. The image, see the image appears something like this one. Such a beautiful species. And in fact, India is a hub of more than 1600 varieties of butterflies. But this butterfly was recently spotted in some of the upper upper altitudinal regions of the Western Ghats of Karnataka, and the people, the geologists are giving this particular butterfly is one of its kind in India, and it is a pride moment for India because they are seen right now in the state of Karnataka. If at all these species are found in India, meaning what? The health of the ecosystem, the health of this Western Ghats region is getting better. Then only this particular silver line butterfly can be there. It is a good sign for the ecosystem of the Western Ghats, where on one side, because of the rampant mining activity in the Western Ghats, the ecology of the Western Ghats is keep on degrading, but thanks to some of the conservators, where the NGOs are working along with the governmental organization, where they are protecting the biodiversity of the Western Ghats. Because of this one, these butterflies were spotted in the recent past. And so this particular butterfly is very, very important. Then coming to the other one. See, this is the wealth of India. What is this wealth of India? A recent discovery, no, not recent discovery. What it is called as the recent identification, which is called as a geographical identification for the very important products like turmeric. In the previous year, it was for the Kala Namak rice, which was there found in the Siddharth Nagar district of Uttar Pradesh. Exclusive product where nowhere else in the world you can find such type of rice. It is found only in these areas. And this year, 2023, a recent discovery was made. I mean, recent identification was given to the turmeric that is produced in one of the state of India. What is this one? India is the largest producer and consumer of the turmeric in the world. Yes, this is a very important one. Maharashtra bags #1 position in the case of turmeric. Yes, is also right. Recently, this is the one which is very important. Recently, the Meghalaya's Lakadong turmeric, very, very important, which is found in the Jaintia Hill regions, which are nothing but, suppose if this is the Meghalaya, the western Meghalaya hills are called as Garo Hills. The centrals are called as Khasi Hills, and the eastern is called as Jaintia Hills. In this Jaintia Hill region, the turmeric, which is used from the times immemorial, where this turmeric recently got the geographical identification tag. This is a very, very important point. And the other question can be, what can be the probable question with respect to the turmeric? Which is the largest producer of the turmeric in the world? Yes, it is India. And which state is the largest producer of the turmeric? It is Maharashtra. Therefore, all the statements are perfectly correct. Then consider the following statements regarding the Angora rabbit. What are these Angora rabbits? Angora rabbits are found almost all in each and every part of the world. But why this particular rabbit is in news recently? See, this is the rabbit. The fur of this rabbit, there are so many varieties of the Angora rabbit, like German Angora, French Angora rabbit. You can find even the British Angora, English Angora rabbit. There are so many such Angora rabbits are there. In India, you can find all the varieties. These breeds are having long, silky fur called as Angora wool. And the people are mostly waiting for these wool products. A very, very important soft wool that is available from the rabbits is the Angora wool. This statement is perfectly right. The female rabbit of these breeds sometimes eats up the newborn babies. This statement is wrong. In fact, these rabbits are not consuming their offsprings. But according to the IUCN and Red List, these species are endangered. They are not critically endangered, but they are placed under endangered list. The statement two statements, 1 and 3 alone are right. Why this particular question is a probable question? Because recently in Sikkim, there was a GLOF, nothing but glacial lake outburst flood. It washed some of the very important areas in the northern Sikkim completely. Some more than 100 people have been washed out, the army personnel. And so this particular question is related to that particular glacial outburst flood. In the process of the outburst of the flooding, these Angora rabbits were killed. In fact, each and every Angora rabbit, it will be costing more than 1 lakh rupee. It cost a minimum of 1 lakh rupee, but recently we have seen the loss of these Angora rabbits, or more Angora rabbits which are used to be taken care there, are reared there, got washed away because of this particular GLOF, glacial lake outburst flood. Connected question to this one is, there is a hybridization. See the question. This is one question. Another question is, there is a hybridization. Right now, what is happening right in India? The hybridization between the wolf and the dogs. The dogs that are present in the forest area. In fact, they are the domesticated dogs, but somehow because of bad ownership, the dogs entered into the forest and they met with the wolf, and therefore the offspring of this one called as wolf dog hybrid. The wolf dog hybrid has developed, which are deadly dangerous. They are deadly dangerous, and these are the dogs which are creating havoc in the society. What happened recently? There are good number of such incidents where the dogs attack. This wolf dog has attacked the people. Even some of the kids are being killed. Small kids where they are playing on the road, they are being attacked by the wolf dogs, and the kids have been killed. And so wolf dog hybridization also very important. And what is the recent order given by the Supreme Court? Supreme Court has said that it is the local authorities who need to take care of the wolf dog hybridization. There are instances where in the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, some of the deers are being brutally killed by these wolf dogs. Also, these wolf dogs are found right from the Ladakh region of Jammu Kashmir till the Savannah region of Maharashtra. Indian savanna, which is present in the Pune region and the eastern Maharashtra region, these dogs are found. So be very careful with respect to these dogs. At the same time, probable question can be there, because Supreme Court itself has given an order saying that, come on, the municipal authorities, you take care of these wolf dogs, which are deadly dangerous for the human existence. Therefore, this is another probable question. Then the other one, which is related to IOD. What happened in the recent past? See the recent past. In fact, in India, in the year 2020, there was a La Nina in the Pacific Ocean. Because of La Nina in the Pacific Ocean, there were good flooding conditions in India. Even in the year 2021, there was a continuous La Nina. Again, there was a flooding condition in India. In the year 2022, again there was a La Nina, continuous La Nina for 3 years, which is called as triple dip. This is called as triple dip. The World Meteorological Organization called this one as the triple dip. When there was a continuous La Nina for 3 years, first time that happened in the 21st century, this phenomenon is called as triple dip. But in the year 2023, the Indian Meteorological Department said that we are going to experience severe El Nino conditions. And when the El Nino conditions are there, India will be having the severe drought-like condition. And so throughout in the month of March, April, May, the people were worrying about the drought-like condition. But to the shocking conditions where the droughts were replaced by the normal rainfall in India. There was a normal rainfall even in 2023. Why such a normal rainfall was there even after having a severe El Nino condition in the southern Pacific Ocean? It's because of the Indian Ocean dipole. It's because of the positive Indian Ocean dipole. What is Indian Ocean dipole? It is similar condition to that of the Pacific. What is El Nino, La Nina in the Pacific? In India, it is positive Indian Ocean dipole and the negative Indian Ocean dipole for the Indian Ocean. This is what the Indian Ocean dipole mechanism. If the waters in the Eastern Indian Ocean are having higher temperature, it is called as negative IOD. Negative IOD. If the water temperature is very high in the Western Indian Ocean, where it is called as the positive IOD. Which IOD is most favorable for the Indian rainfall? It is the positive IOD, which will be giving very high amount of rainfall. Therefore, because of the positive IOD that was prevalent in the year 2023, though there is a strong El Nino, we are having average amount of rainfall. Nothing but the normal rainfall was there. The subsidence of the El Nino conditions were happened in the year 2023. Now, with this background, see the question. The Western Indian Ocean is warmer than the Eastern Indian Ocean is called as positive IOD. Yes, absolutely right. Positive IOD is associated with the above normal rainfall in the Indian subcontinent. Absolutely right. Yes, both the statements are correct. Then moving to the another important lake that is present in the news recently. It is called as Lak Lake. What is this Lak Lake? Just now we talked about the GLOF, the glacial lake outburst flooding in the state of Sikkim. It is because of the bursting of this particular glacial lake. What is the name of this lake? Called as Lak Lake. It is present in the state of Sikkim. This is a direct question. Remember the name of the lake. Very, very important incident that happened, and so you should be paying attention on. Then this is the Lak Lake, which was the glacial lake, and the bursting of the lake happened. Then another very important current related topic is omega blocking. What is omega blocking? In fact, this is related to what is called as the frontal cyclones. What is a frontal cyclone? Whenever the warm air mass meets with the cold air mass, then you can find such type of swing-like structure. This is what called as the jet stream. The jet stream is there. This jet stream is the one which is guiding the warm air mass to meet with the cold air mass, thereby creating the very great rainfall conditions in the temperate world, especially in the northern USA, in the UK, and the Western European countries. This particular shape of this jet stream, see the particular shape of the jet stream, which appears exactly like a shape of a omega, the Greek word omega. This is what the omega shape. Whenever such a intense penetration, see this intense penetration of the high pressure conditions are there, and the intense penetration of the low pressure condition on the other side. In this area, you can find high rainfall. In this area, you cannot find the rainfall. Why such a great rainfall in one part of the country? Why such a low rainfall in other part of the country? It's because of the omega blocking. What is omega blocking? It is the weather phenomena characterized by an elongated high pressure ridge resembling the Greek letter omega. This is what the picturization, this is what the picture that is there. It is the shape of the jet stream that appears like omega. This is a very, very important event. Because of this event only, in the recent past, what happened? In the year 2022, the European countries experienced intense temperatures, more than 40 degrees centigrade. Never it happened in the recent past. Yeah, never it happened. Why recent past? Never it happened in the entire the history of the earth. But recently it happened. It's because of the omega blocking. This is the important one. The other, which is very important, other concept is called as the cyclone another one which is related to the tropical cyclone. This is with respect to the temperate cyclone, but let us talk about the tropical cyclone. The tropical cyclone that has taken birth in the southern hemisphere, stretching all the way from what is called as the Australia, like this one. If this is Australia, this is Africa. This is Africa. The cyclone took somewhere birth here. It started moving towards the Madagascar region, devastated Madagascar region. And this is the longest ever staying tropical cyclone. Altogether, it stayed on the planet Earth for 37 days. Normally, the tropical cyclones can be there only for a maximum period of 7 days, maximum of 8 days. But this is the one such event which you have never experienced on the planet Earth. In the entire history of the mankind, we never have seen such type of cyclone. The name of the cyclone is called as the cyclone Freddy. See, all these important concepts like cyclone Freddy was discussed, the temperate cyclones, the frontal cyclones, where the air masses mixing with the cold air mass, mixing the warm air mass. What happens to all these things? All they are discussed in the book written by me recently. It is a one-stop textbook where I felt like after teaching for more than 15 long years, I felt like the students are not having one such stop where you can find everything at one place, which are highly useful for UPSC, as the UPSC is a highly dynamic exam and also the state services. And so I thought like, let me put all the experience and write one textbook which is serving the purpose of each and every competitive exam, specifically focusing to UPSC. And so I have kept all these things, even the current related topic like Cyclone Freddy is also is mentioned in our textbook. That is what the textbook that is there, and the omega blocking. Then what is Atlanification? Again, this is a in fact, this Atlanification was there right from 1998, but in the recent past, the Atlanification became very popular. Why it is became very popular? Because it is changing the entire landscape of the Arctic Circle. The entire Arctic Circle is getting changed, especially the sea that is present is called as the Barents Sea that is present in the Arctic Circle, where it is showing the characteristics of Atlantic Ocean rather than Arctic Ocean. It is a part and parcel of the Arctic Ocean, but it is showing the characteristics of Atlantic Ocean, meaning what? High temperature of the water, high salinity of the water, which are not the basic characters of the Arctic Ocean. But recently this Barents Sea has shown more similarities to that of the Atlantic Ocean rather than the Arctic Ocean. Therefore, this process is called as Atlanification, where suppose if this is the waters which are cold waters of Arctic, under the cold waters of Arctic, the warm waters are intruding. This is somewhat a weird phenomenon. Normally, the warm water will be having when the temperature is high, density is low. This is what the condition. When the water temperature is low, the density should be high. But how comes the warm water is present under the cold water? That is a unique phenomenon that is happening. It's all because of salinity. Though the temperature is high here, these waters are high saline water body. Because of high salinity, the density is high, and so even though the temperature of the water is low here, yet the salinity is low. Because of this one, the density of the water is less, and so the Atlantic water, high saline water, has intruded under the waters of Arctic Circle, making the entire Arctic Circle to increase its temperature. Because of such a rising temperature in the Arctic, where the Atlantification of the Arctic Ocean is happening. That is what the process. What the answer it should be? The intrusion of warmer, saltier Atlantic Ocean water into the regions previously dominated by the cold currents. This is the answer. This is the answer. The D is the answer. Then see the image. These are the warm waters of Atlantic. They are entering into the Barents Sea. which is located to the north of Norway. Also in the Svalbard region of Norway, where our Indian Arctic Research Center is located, in one of the fjord. What is this fjord? Fjords are the coastal areas of Norway where the glacification is happening, and within this one where the warm water is intruding. Therefore, because of the warm water intrusion, now Atlantification is happening on a great scale. There are so many questions, and I don't want to take much of your time, so I'm going to stop within this with this 15th question. But the model, my point is not the question. You stick on to the model. What type of questions can be there? Even the question, whatever the question that was picked up was completely important. At the same time, you go to the model of the question. Last question. What is the last question? Consider the following statement like Namchik, Namphuk coal fields recently are there in the news. Where do you find? They are located in Arunachal Pradesh. In fact, Arunachal Pradesh is having the tertiary sedimentary deposits. In that one, you can find the sedimentary rock called as the Tipam sedimentary rock. Very important. Try to remember this sedimentary rock. The name of the sedimentary rock I call as Tipam sedimentary rock. In this Tipam sedimentary rock, you can find the coal deposits where in the districts, in the areas like Namchik and the Namphuk region. They're called as the Namchik Namphuk coalfields of Arunachal Pradesh. Then the other one, Singrauli and Chauhagpur are the main coalfields of Madhya Pradesh. Singrauli is the as the extension of Chotanagpur into the Madhya Pradesh, and so you can find the coalfields. Yes, the statement is true. Then Makum coalfields are located in Assam. Yes, the Makum region, again the Tipam sedimentary soil. This is one where you can find the coal fields in Assam. All the three statements, 1, 2, 3 statements, all the three statements are perfectly right. The last submission, always you have to go through the current related aspects along with the core aspects. Not just the current alone is important, not just the core is important. The more you practice, more you'll get the perfection. There is a small logic in cracking the preliminary exam. Many of the people are having the ability to crack the mains part, but the prelims becomes biggest hurdle many times. But what is the logic? What is the main strategy you need to follow? Practice a minimum of 100 full-length papers. You need to practice 100 full-length papers before you are giving the attempt. If at all you are practicing by taking the exact timing, whatever the timing UPSC will be giving during the same time of the day, every day, 100 days before the preliminary exam, if at all you are practicing 100 full-length mock exams, whatever the institution that is away giving the papers, you take the papers and practice. Collect the papers. You waste some time. Collect the papers and practice minimum of 100 full-length papers. Then see the perfection. There is no looking back. Definitely you will be there in the service. Thank you, one and all. Thanks for participating. Thanks for your great cooperation. Thanks a lot. Over to Aishwarya. Aishwarya, please take over.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge with all of us. Your guidance on study techniques is truly beneficial in the preparation journey of UPSC exams. Since you have gone through a lot of questions, I have one question for you is that what are the important key topics or themes like you mentioned in questions in PPT such as Gantic Dolphins, Snow Leopard, GSLEP, Angora Rabbits, etc. that aspirants should focus on within the geography syllabus to maximize their preparation efficiency. Since the geography syllabus for UPSC is very vast, how can an aspirant differentiate the topics and set his priority while doing the preparation?
See, every aspirant, what he has to do is, first of all, he should be having a great command on the core part. The conceptual clarity should be there. Once he has got a very great conceptual clarity, then the newspaper comes to the rescue. Always it is the newspaper which is guiding as a magnetic compass. In the civil services preparation, it is only the newspaper which will be deciding which is the important question and which is unimportant question. And moreover, the aspirant should be depending more on the governmental websites rather than the textbook, I mean, rather than the materials that are provided by the institutions or the material available in the market. You better depend more on the governmental website, especially the important magazines that are there, which are published by the government, the Kurukshetra and Yojana magazines. If at all you are reading regularly, you will come to know which part is important, which is unimportant. At the same time, having said this one, normally the students will be going to the current affairs in the at the last time, because it feels like whenever you are wasting time in the coaching centers after completion of entire after completing the entire syllabus, then we'll go for what is called as the current affairs. But it is not the strategy. Every day, the moment you start preparing the day one, right from the day one, you need to pick up, from the newspaper, and you need to write in your notes. At the end of the day, after writing such type of things for almost a 1.5 year, you will be in a position to decide whether it is a correct or the important topic or not. Rather than someone giving that facility to someone to give the important questions, you should be in a position to decide which question is important and which is unimportant. That is a very important one. If at all you are preparing continuously the current affairs right from the day one, then only will be mastering the one.
Definitely,
Right?
sir. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. You were saying something.
Yeah, it's over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you, sir. Extending my gratitude to Jaya Sir, I am pleased to introduce the book Word Geography, authored by Jayakrishna Sanapa, is a comprehensive guide tailored for UPSC aspirants. The book offers a concise yet thorough overview of global geography, covering important topics required for the UPSC exam. With the clear concept explanation along with the important points, it provides in-depth coverage of geographical concepts with suitable examples, realistic maps, figures, flowcharts, and tables, which enable aspirant to grasp key principles effectively. Utilizing a structured approach, the book equips students with the assessment section provided at the end of every chapter. That section comprises two set of questions designed for both prelims and mains exam. And these set includes model questions for practice, and obviously, sir has mentioned the practicing the previous year questions more. So we have provided the previous year questions into that book as well. For more information for the book, you can go through the Amazon link provided into the chat section. We have shared the feedback form in the chat box as well. I would request all the participants to fill the form for the participation certificate. Now let's proceed to the Q&A session. The first question is, are there any recent trends or developments in the field of geography that aspirants should be aware of for the upcoming UPSC CSC prelims? Sir, over to you. This question has been asked by one of the participants.
The very important development recently where the researchers found the omega blocking. This is the new concept that was introduced. Atlanification is the one. Then I was talking about the recent trend, what happened in the case of tropical cyclone. Never unprecedented in the history of the mankind. We have seen one tropical cyclone staying for more than 37 days. Also, there are good number of other things, like when it comes to overlapping of the geography along with the environment. Recently, some of the birds, some of the species which are available, I mean, which are found in India accidentally. One of such best example is in the Dal Lake of Jammu Kashmir, one alligator gar fish was discovered, which is not a native species of India. The name of the species, remember this one, alligator gar. The name of the fish is alligator gar. This was discovered recently in the Dal Lake of Jammu Kashmir. It is a carnivore fish. It used to kill all the native species. One of the ecologists of India from Jammu Kashmir, he identified and spotted this as an invasive alien species. Such type of invasive alien species are found very more in India. That is the relation between what's called as there is a overlapping topic between the environment and geography. When it comes to specifically geography, recently in the 2023, the earthquakes happened, massive earthquakes in the Turkey, Syria. Then you need to see the type of earthquake that happened, what the name of the earthquake is called as the strike, slip, fault type of earthquake. There are different varieties of fault lines. What is a fault line? The break in the land region. But this variety of earthquake that happened in the Turkey, Syria is called as strike, slip, fault line. Even I mentioned that particular strike, slip, fault line as an example when I was explaining the strike, slip, fault in the textbook. And so that's what I believe, like, whatever I feel, whatever the experience I gained after teaching for so many years across India, there must be some change in the modality of the preparation. Just going in the very age-old conventional way of preparation never gives you the good result. You need to change your mood. Then only you can crack this exam. Where our book will
So,
be
yes, sir.
best useful. Our book will be best useful for this one. Yes, go ahead, Aishwarya.
Sir, one of the participants has asked the question about the book. Does this book cover the basic NCRT portion too?
What I find as a student when I was preparing the UPSC, NCRT language is somewhat, is a tricky language at the same time. The concepts, which concept needs to be explained first and which concept needs to be explained later, is not maintained properly. Somewhere, while discussing the earthquakes, they talked about the interior. When they was talking about the volcanism, they talked about the again interior. Where there is a somewhat clumsy type of things are there with the NCRT. If at all you are going through our book, after reading our book, let you read the NCRT. Then you'll get very good clarity in the NCRT. Meaning what? Which forms the simplest language where the clarity of the subject at the same time where which topic needs to be explained, that was taken due care in the book. If at all you are reading our book, then if you go to NCRT, then you appreciate the NCRT. Until then, you won't appreciate NCRT.
Sir, there is my question is that NCRT is important for UPSC preparation for geography.
Yes. In fact, all the NCRTs with respect to all the subjects, they are the basic books. In fact, what UPSC has given in its notification is every student should be having the knowledge of the basic knowledge of every subject. It's not like only one subject where you should be doing the mastery, but every subject, every person should be having some knowledge. That's why it is often called as jack of all trades. Whenever you are a jack of all trades, you should be having some knowledge of medicine, you should be having some knowledge of engineering, some knowledge of technology, some knowledge of each and every subject, polity, economy, history, all the some knowledge. And so NCRT, why it is basically it is for the class 12, the class 12 standard. But why this is prescribed as a reference book? In fact, NCRT is not exclusively for UPSC. It is a reference book for UPSC. It doesn't mean that if at all you are reading only NCRT, you will get through the exam. No. That forms the base in order to understand something for the UPSC. What is the basic book? Yes, you read NCRT. Above the NCRT, you need to construct the NCRT will become the foundation. Then you need to construct the building. Where the questions will be asked. The question will be asked on the building, not on the foundation. Majority of the time it is like this. NCRT forms the base. And so one has to read the NCRT. But the language somewhat, it is somewhat difficult, and the mixing of the topics is there where the students feel difficulty. In order to solve those things, we have written the foundation things. Almost all the NCRT concepts are covered in our textbook. Along with this one, along the foundation, what you need to analyze from the foundation also is given.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Sir, other question is that how can aspirant effectively integrate current affairs with geography preparation to maximize their performance in the exam?
I'm telling you this particular strategy, not only with the geography, strategy is very much useful for all the subjects. Normally, what is happening right now, the people will be preparing either on their own or they are going for coaching. During that point of time, they won't find time. They'll be looking at the paper, they'll be staring, but they'll be noting some points in the notebook. That is what the preparation for almost all 9 to 10 months they will be doing in completing entire syllabus. Then after completing the entire syllabus, then comes the main part. What is the main part? Now you are having some knowledge. With respect, the basic knowledge is there with you. With that basic knowledge, you need to go for writing the answer. Means what? Practicing the papers. Go for previous year question papers. It is always, what is suggestible is, you need to practice the previous year question paper. If at all you are not practicing the UPSC paper, you cannot understand the pulse of UPSC. In what way UPSC is speaking to every aspirant? It is only in the way of question papers, previous series question papers. The more the question papers you solve, you will be having a very great, you develop a great acumen, how you can, what type of questions can be there in the future. It is the only way of communication between the aspirant and the UPSC. And so UPSC aspirant always needs to practice the previous year question paper in order to predict the future question paper. Right? After
Yes,
the
sir.
completion of
So there
entire,
is my
after the completion of entire preparation, practice the papers. More the practice you get, more the perfection you will be.
So what are the mistakes should the aspirants avoid while doing the preparation? Keeping in mind that current affairs are important and NCRT is important and self practice previous years are important. What are the major mistakes an aspirant usually do and they should avoid?
Normally, this is a very interesting question, Aishwarya. In fact, in the let me divide the preparation into two parts. Now, when the student tries to enter in the beginning, he starts, with a lot of enthusiasm. So great aspiration is there. He is filled with great zeal, and so he'll be studying day in, day out. It is for true. And they'll be keep on reading every subject, and they'll be going in depth of the concepts. As and when they are doing the preparation, at one point, they feel like, the preparation has become very monotonous, and this is called as the second half. Once the aspirant becomes senior, what we call them as senior students, right? After completing one reading of entire NCRT, the people feel like, yes, I have got enough knowledge. Now I am a senior, and he will be taking some excuses. Whatever the enthusiasm level he was there in the beginning, in the second half, he will not be having that enthusiasm, where he will take the exam somewhat in a lighter mean. That is the biggest mistake the student is doing. You should not do that mistake. Though you may be spending just 4 hours a day, don't take exorbitant time period, like, you need to prepare 24 hours. No, take 3 hours a day, maybe at most 4 hours a day, according to your time convenience. Just 4 hours a day, every day, consistently, not even skipping a single day, prepare for the exam. Understanding the concept is one criteria. Always the conceptual clarity should be there. You should be having a very good understanding of what is the entire concept. That is one criteria. After understanding the concept, the practice of the question papers is a mandatory thing. No matter how many times you read the textbook, no matter how much clarity you are having the concept, if at all you are not practicing the papers, previous year question papers and the papers that are available in the market, if at all you are not practicing, definitely it will be costing high. The only fault the people are doing is enthusiasm first, high, decreasing enthusiasm. That is the first mistake. The second one is They are reading, definitely. Every aspirant is reading number of times. There is no doubt in that one. But what he is doing is, he is not practicing, only reading. Only reading, and where he is practicing? He is practicing in the exam hall, which is costing very high. So don't practice in the exam. You practice before the exam. Right, Ashwin?
Before going to my last question to Sir, I hope all the participants have shared their feedback. Sir, one last question is from, I think, from your students only. Sir, your class notes with this book will be enough to build strong base at the initial phase of preparing geography.
And for this, I want to add one more point. Like, I'm planning to bring one more textbook exclusively for Indian geography. My ambition is, let the students should not roam here and there. Just two books for geography, one for world, another for India. That should serve the purpose of entire his journey. Since the student needs to spend so much of time in other subjects, like extensive subject is there, like economy, polity, history, world history, art and culture, there are so many subjects. And so the student should not feel or should not kill much of the time in the geography preparation. If he is going for these two books, that should solve the purpose of the student. So probably in the month of August or September, probably in the month of September, let us take it as September, I'm going to release one more textbook called as Indian Geography with these two books. The class notes is the explanation where I am teaching there. Even though if the class notes is not there, the geography textbook, whatever Wiley has printed, published right now, along with this one, Indian geography, again, it is in the process, it is there in the pipeline. It is again published by Wiley only. So these two textbooks, one is geography, Indian geography, and the other is the world geography. This should serve the purpose of every aspirant. This is what my ambition, and I will do this one, definitely, for sure.
There are many questions, but since we are short of time, thank you, Jaya Sir, for generously sharing your knowledge and dedicating your valuable time with us. Before concluding, I want to express my gratitude to each one of you for your attentive participation. Your engagement and enthusiasm have truly made the session exceptional. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jayakrishna Sir.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Students, please concentrate on your studies. Practice, practice, practice. Minimum 100 test series. You forget about the institution, whatever the institution you are from. Take the question papers from the market. Practice minimum 100 full-length papers. That is the only key for cracking the preliminary exam. All the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.